Hello, today I'm going to quickly compare three very popular boots from Under Armour. We have the HOVR Dawn, the Tac Loadout, and the MicroG Valsetz. I have been a long-term user of the MicroG Valsetz, and I think this is called the Generation 1. There are a few changes from the current Valsetz to the newer Valsetz, which I will go through. But I'm trying to find a replacement for these amazingly comfortable boots. I'll walk you through all the differences between them so that you can make an informed decision. I'm trying to find a replacement for my current boots because they are pretty worn out, and I think I've used them for a year and a half for all kinds of purposes, from everyday use to hiking, to walking, or something simple. And they are worn out, and I also have flat feet. What this calls for is replacing my boots frequently to avoid feet, heel, and any other related pain due to the flat foot. Let's start off with this boot, the HOVR Dawn. The HOVR Dawn, I think, is targeted towards hunters, hence the camo pattern on this one. I love the aggressive tread pattern on this, and this boot is the stiffest of all three boots. The heel feels extremely secure, and this adds to the stiffness of the entire feet experience. I don't find them particularly comfortable. Again, my yardstick is my previous boot, so compared to these boots, these don't feel as comfortable. They are because of their stiffness. The key difference between this boot and the Valsetz is the MicroG technology. I think they call it the MicroG technology versus the HOVR. I'm not sure which came first, but overall I find this boot to be pretty stiff. Maybe it's amazing for people who stand and hunt for long durations, but I had my Valsetz previously, and my longest streak in them was about 3 days, 3 continuous days. So I was perfectly fine in them, and I find these very stiff. Next up is this Tac Loadout boot. This is advertised for military army purposes, and I think this is compliant with a couple of things that they require. Again, fantastic tread pattern, and the boot is extremely light. The boot is definitely ventilated, so it's not waterproof, and it is amazingly light. But the ride quality on this one is not as soft. It doesn't feel like a sneaker. And again, this is purpose specific for the military and army purposes. So I think this is built for them. The lace pattern and everything feels very much like the Nike SFBs. I've used these in the past, and my Under Armour boots replaced these. And this is a fantastic boot, purpose specific, but the ride quality, the comfort level was not as good as the MicroG Valsetz. Last but not least, the MicroG Valsetz. These are truly like walking on the clouds. They are like a sneaker, perform as a boot. The boot has fantastic ankle support. This is really useful for light winter snow shoveling, for example. And I think these have fantastic tread pattern, and these are very light for their size, and I think these are the boots I'm going to keep. I want to quickly go over the differences between my previous generation Valsetz to the new generation Valsetz. The obvious difference being the heel and toe protection. And you can see the pronation of the boot is a little more pronounced on this boot. I think it provides a great level of comfort while walking, whereas this one is a little less pronation. And the toe size and the toe area feels very comfortable. Obviously, the tread pattern has changed, and the previous tread pattern was all flat. And I think there is a difference between this and that. This one is advertised as slip and oil resistant. No such claims are made on this boot. The overall height of this boot may be a tad bit taller. I feel that the boot is a tad bit taller, and the sole of this has a uniform thickness. You can see the sole of the boot has a uniform thickness, whereas this boot has a variable thickness. You can see this area is thicker and this area is thin, versus the old boot where everything had the same thickness. Overall, I think I will go ahead and pick the Valsetz Chain 2. These are truly comfortable, and I hope you find this video useful. Thank you. Bye.